Men, what unmanly activity do you proudly participate in? Knitting. It's pretty fun. I made half a sock yesterday. According to society, apparently crying. Writing long romantic messages in Valentine's, Christmas, birthday cards for my girlfriend. I draw the hearts in pink Sharpies sometimes too. I moisturize. My skin is very dry and gets itchy. I scratch. Make it sore. Which then makes it itchy. So I scratch. Moisturizing stops this cycle. Playing and doing girly things with my daughter. She's 4 and I want to be interactive and engaged with her. Sometimes that means playing tea party or painting our nails. As in both of us. Therapy. Hugging my kids. Apologizing to them when I'm wrong. Sorry, I accused you of making a mess outside. I just learned it was the neighbor's kid. And showing them it's okay to have and express feelings. Yes. Daddy can get teary-eyed too when watching a sad movie. Also as an extension of apologizing for having done wrong. Being able to back down. When in an argument and find out you're wrong. It's not weak to say, I didn't know that. Sorry. I was wrong. Learning from those experiences has much more worth than doubling down to protect your own ego. Pissing while sitting. Animal Crossing. It's fun and relaxing. Gardening. It's great being able to grow things from just seeds. Occasionally shave my armpits and/or legs. I am sure it looks a little strange because I have a beard. But it makes me feel so much cleaner. I like cute things more than a lot of girls I know. Talking to women about feelings and emotions. It's odd. At every barbecue or social, the men and women will naturally divide. And I always gravitate toward the women because I have better conversations with them. Then there will inevitably come a point where one of the guys comes to corral me back to the guy's corner because I am assuming it made one of the boyfriends uncomfortable. That I am helping in the kitchen. I wish my social circle were a little more modern. I knit. I can make 2 dishcloths in a day. I also pride myself on my frozen cocktails. Margaritas. Piña coladas. Strawberry daiquiris. And my personal favorite, the Miami Vice. Sit down on the toilet and I do like girly drinks. Beer just gets so boring. I drink hot cocoa sometimes at the bar when everyone is having a beer. That or I take a girly cocktail. I don't care. I don't like beer and I do like cocoa or girly cocktails. Raising a child. I was a single father. I still am. I guess. But my daughter is 24 now and works in another state, so not so much anymore. I honestly never felt too emasculated about it. But there were odd moments. Appropriately enough considering today's date. I was often congratulated on Mother's Day. One female friend of mine even said, "You are like a mom." With a, I thought that was pretty funny. I'll cry during emotional scenes of TV shows, movies. I love cute little animals. Especially cats. Listening to Taylor Swift. I had a friend tell me that was wussy and that he wouldn't be friends with anyone who listened to her. So I listened to what he said and acted accordingly. By ending the friendship. Crying. Pretty often too. There is no unmanly thing. Because a man doing something that other men don't like to do doesn't make him less of a man. I sing personal remixes of popular songs to my pets where I replace words in the song with their name. A lot of the time, they're Disney songs. Raising my pinky finger when I drink out of small cups that usually have tea in them. I am usually reading a romance novel too. Butt stuff. Resting my hands on my own hips. Oh, the horror. Fanship of the Mamma Mia movies. I love repainting Monster High dolls and making fun virtual outfits, masculine and feminine. On Second Life. I listen to Taylor Swift a lot. Wildest Dreams and Enchanted carry me through my bike rides. Pedicures. I used to spend all my time at work on my feet. And after a decade or so, my feet were absolutely. Now my sister takes care of my feet every other month. Feels amazing. Am I the only one who is an active member on love advice forums? Reading their love experiences and trying to help guys and girls to make the best decisions is a daily thing now. Talk about my feelings very often and cry a lot. Showing my emotions a lot too. House cleaning, vacuuming, laundry, grocery shopping. Been doing it since I was a kid. The magic pixies aren't going to do it. Fashion. Even in video games. I spend hours customizing my character's clothes. I love fruity and frozen alcoholic drinks. Don't know if it counts as an activity, but beauty care. Like skin and hair care. I go full on Bateman. Have multiple face masks, skin creams and hair products. Started as a way to bond with my sisters. Ended up being something that centers me in the mornings and a comforting ritual a couple of times a night. I wear a bracelet and a necklace. Both of which I made myself. I mostly wear women's jeans. I look fire. Team. Drinking margaritas. Ballroom dancing. Broadway musicals. Both attending and shower performance. Using women's shampoo. It smells so much better. I shave my armpits. It isn't feminine in my opinion and makes me feel cleaner. I like to journal occasionally. Getting my feelings out on paper can really help. Pedicures. I take my wife to get a manicure, pedicure, and for an extra $30 I get a foot soak with massage. Nails trimmed and the cracked calluses ground down to manageable. I spend 100% of my free time in hiking boots or flip-flops. Gnarly heels being the result. No shame in my game. Take care of your feet, lads. Listen to Carly Rae Jepsen. Not a man myself, but my boyfriend has dabbled in painting his nails. He got some cool shades of gray, his favorite color. And it looks pretty good. I also work at a summer camp and one of our counselors got bright orange fingernail polish. The same color as the safety gear in our shooting range. And made it that for certain score levels, you could get a fingernail painted bright orange. I've never seen teenage boys bragging about how much bright orange nail polish they had the way these guys were. I talk to my dog in a high-pitched, loving voice and honestly, I have no regrets. Building model airplanes and ships. People accuse me of playing with toys. But honestly I love spending months on a beautiful model ship and then displaying the result on my windowsill. Sit cross-legged sometimes. Chess, loved it as a child. Just recently due to Katawa Shouju I got back into it to the point of getting the Windows Vista 7 chess game on my Windows 10. Hugging, toned it down to nearly nothing due to the virus. Playing VNs, not sure if that counts if my most light-hearted one is Katawa Shouju. Pacifist friendship. Run in Yandere Sim just because I'm afraid to hurt anyone in said game. Anime, mostly like Future Diary or Higurashi, but I could watch some more light-hearted ones. Express my feelings with some tears. There's no such thing as an unmanly activity. Just like there is no such thing as an unwomanly activity. Love me some proper gossip. I'm not sure I recognize the distinction between manly and unmanly anymore, since it's not really based on anything except cultural norms which are prone to shift and change or even just differ regionally. Not a man. But my Bill unabashedly loves bathes to the point that he buys his own bath paint. Sometimes my daughters get new nail polish and they want to see how it looks on an actual nail before committing it to their own. That's when they come to me asking if they can use me as their test palette. It's not uncommon for me to go around the house with glittery purple, green, pink etc. nails. Walking around with painted nails equals most unmanly thing for me. Showing my daughters how a man should treat and take care of the women in his life equals the most manly thing I could ever do. I'll shave my armpits every now and then. I also like the color pink. So I've got some dress socks, dress shirts, and Ray-Bans in various shades of pink. Group fitness classes. I've done Zumba before and that was fun. Crying. I regularly paint my nails and I've got a decent-sized collection of fragrances on the shelf next to my comics. Watching romantic comedies. Kate and Leopold, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, etc. I grew up around all females, so I think it just became something I enjoyed. Pegging. I used to love Winx Club. Singing in the car with the windows down unabashedly. Technically I don't necessarily do something unmanly, but there is something masculine that I don't really understand too much about, and it is cars. And my dad is a car guy. So whenever he talks about cars or car parts, one just nod my head and pretend to know. Telling my friends how much I appreciate them and what they mean to me. Drinking girly drinks. They're delicious. Buy sake of my genitals. Everything I do is manly. I could put on a dress and, I dunno, cook a pie I guess. And it would still be manly as. And then eat that dope apple pie without getting any on my dress. Like a man. Honestly though, I can't think of an instance where I was doing an activity and thought, well, this is a pretty unmanly thing to be doing. Being my girlfriend's little spoon. I check myself out a lot more than I admit to. Saving money. Watching slice of life anime. Clothes. I believe my sense of style tells people what kind of person I am. I have a set group of styles. Checked shirt and jeans for colder days. Floral t-shirts and shorts for those warmer days. I like bright and warm colors. Darker colors are usually just for lounging around, so I only have a few of them, and even they have brighter colors on them. Even with games that allow for character clothing customization and my OCs. I put a lot of focus on how they dress to give the impression I am trying to convey. Like my favorite OC Brody Craven dresses in a light brown shirt and cargo trousers along with an Aussie Outback hat. I want to give the impression that he's madly Australian and not very serious. Even though some of the greatest wrote poems, it still seems to be unmanly for some. So yeah, poetry. I've gotten really good at giving my wife pedicures. I love getting manicures. I love musicals and go see them quite often. I spend a ridiculous amount of time looking up furniture, wall art, etc. Just fantasizing about how I'm going to decorate it when I finally get my own place. Gardening. Playing as female character in games. If it's any game with possible third-person view. I'd rather spend the time looking at nice girl rather than random dude or inaccurate incarnation of myself. I have a teddy bear for when I sleep. I really like cute stationery stuff. Colorful gel pens, stamps, stickers, flowery calligraphy. My college notes looked like a unicorn puked a rainbow all over them. 3. I've really gotten into using hair care products and using hair dryers for my hair. Shit's wild. I love it. House plants and baking. Witevs. Wanting a daughter. Apparently that's appalling to everyone. However, it's commonly accepted to only wanting sons and to keep trying until you finally have a son. I'll never get it. Getting butt fucked in the. If you're homophobic, you won't support my decision to partake. Fruity cocktails are the only cocktails worth drinking. I love soap operas on TV and I'll never stop. Unabashed love for kitties. Dance around randomly sometimes. Be in touch with my feelings. I'll sometimes paint my nails. I do try to take good care of my nails. Trimming them. And keeping the cuticles in good shape. So why shouldn't I paint them some cool shade every once in a while? Cute things, youtube.com. Sometimes involving cats, youtube.com. Not sure this counts, but it is almost 2 p.m. and I have been binge watching the Hallmark Channel all day. Sometimes crying in my sleep when I get too stressed out. Carrying a man purse equals small over-the-shoulder bag. Big deal here in the countryside. Any lost manliness is quickly regained when the situation calls for a small knife. USB leads. Adapters. Power. Flashlight. Lighter. Merging or splitting PDFs. Yep. Raspberry Pi Zero. Condoms. Insulin and glucose. Yep. Diabetic daughter. It's in the bag. Plus I never leave home without keys. Cards. Cash. Phones like a headless hen.